Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the HIGH-5 podcast, HIGH-5 After Dark. I'm your host, Malcolm from Malcolm&Mary, and today we're going to take a peek at some beautiful products off the shelves at HIGH-5. I'm joined by my coworkers and colleagues. Thank y'all so much for coming out and partying. The lovely Miss Katie, what are we trying tonight on the podcast?
I'm trying two products tonight. Around 11:15, I took all three of it's the Double Delicious, right?
Yep.
I took all three of the Double Delicious Hybrid RSO caps.
Yep.
So far, I'm not really feeling a whole bunch. I feel relaxed, like I feel chill. I have no pain in my body. I had a lot more pain before I took some. So right now, so far, we're chilling. I've been yawning a little bit, so that might contribute to a long day or the RSO.
Okay.
Also trying the Deluge Pinky 4-pack. They're pink Kush joints.
Whoop!
Because they're pink, and I had to try them. That is the only reason. As soon as Emily told me there's pink joints, I was like, Malcolm, please let me try pink joints on the podcast. I mean, my nails are pink.
Yes.
Like I said before, girls run the weed world because we will buy it if it's pink. To light it, I'm also going to use a pink lighter as well. So.
Well, granted, very much so. And Deluge in the 4-packs has a great deal as well. Awesome infused joints. We love Deluge. Y'all know, seeing them on here so many times. Always grand reviews. Okay, Katie, so we'll check back in with you in just a moment and see how that bad boy's kicking in. And 3 of those capsules is at the 30 milligram count. So good little dose there. Thank you, Katie. And then, Emily, what are we trying tonight on the podcast?
Hello. Well, first of all, I took 3 of the Double Delicious RSO Hybrid Capsules. These things are neat. Come in a pack of 10, so it's 100 milligrams of RSO extract in total in a pill form. So if you don't like the taste at all, you're not going to get the taste at all. So that's nice. I took them probably around I would say 11:30, and I'm feeling pretty good so far. I took all 3. I got a little bit of waves that are coming through, but nothing on fucking high, it's just really nice, super mellow so far. I would even feel comfortable maybe taking microdosing of this to try to help. A sativa would be cool for the day. It's got me rambling. And then as far as flower, I'm trying to figure out what I want to smoke because my bitch ass just dropped my grinder while it was opened upstairs, and so that's why I was late, was because I was trying to clean up all that shit, and I was like, I don't got time to clean all this up right now. So I think I'm just gonna do a joint to keep it simple, but I don't know what joint I want to do. I have the Stone Age or a Doc and Yeti.
Go with your gut.
I know. Oh my god. How about a Venom pre-roll? Have we done those before on the podcast?
I'm sure, but it don't matter.
Can I do that?
Yeah.
Venom pre-roll. I'm going to do not that one. Oh fuck. My life is so scattered. But I got a 3-day weekend, so y'all won't see me for the next 3 days. Okay, so this one is the Venom Thinmint. These guys are cool because they are a wax infused pre-roll pack. So you get 10 halves. So it does put you quite at your limit there. So with this guy, and I want to say they're pretty low to medium tier, they're not super expensive last time I checked. I like how they're rolled. It's pretty standard. It's normal, what is this kind of paper? What would you say?
Like a rice paper?
Rice paper, thank you, yes. A little twist off at the top. It's not a whole lot of indentation inside the joint, which is nice. I'm gonna be honest, I can barely get a dry pull because of how packed I feel like that's. There you go. Oh, immediate Scoobies. I mean, it's a little muted. Like the flavor, I feel like it's not giving off really potent. Could just be the fact that it is kind of hard to get a dry pull on it.
Okay.
I get like little sweet notes, like sweet, almost like a lemonade sweet though. But it is interesting because this is labeled in Indica, and I don't know. I normally associate lemons with more sativa leaning stuff, but that's kind of what I'm getting off of this. It's good. The very subtle is very muted, so I'm excited to spark up and see if the flavor changes as it burns, which I'm sure it will.
Absolutely. Okay, big shout out to Venom in their pre-roll. What strain is that again?
Thinmint.
Thinmint. Hell yeah. Okay, very fair. Big shout out to Venom as well. And Double Delicious in the Hybrid RSOs. Thank you, Emily. I'm also going to be doing the Double Delicious in the Indica RSOs. But first, upon these past couple of days, I have been stricken with a righteous sickness, which we are over the hill and beyond yonder and back to yaya status. But for those few short, measly days I was under, smoking was not my best friend. And for those who know Malcolm King very well, those are the saddest days. Although I don't smoke all day long, you know what I'm saying? You know, my experience with Mary Jane is so small throughout my days. Anybody who's anybody knows I love it so much. You know what I'm saying? A blind bat can see that I enjoy Mary Jane so much. So even my one session a day, it makes such a difference when you have a schedule that's so yaya. When I was under the influence, Malcolm, or when I was sick, I shouldn't say under the influence. When I was sick,
Okay.
when I was sick, what the issue was when I was smoking, you know when you take a hit off of a joint or a bowl and you're sick, the exhale, the burn on your throat, that shit is the worst. I'm feverish, I'm sweating, I'm sleeping every 5 minutes, getting up, taking a piss every 3 minutes, I'm sweating, my sheets are wet, my pillowcase is wet, I'm like, oh my God, I'm dying, and I'm like, I just gotta smoke some weed to get over this physical pain, this physical feverishness, this physical discomfort, and then I go to smoke. Mary Jane does all the above, but that one thing with the throat is like not even worth it. You know what I'm saying? It's not even worth that amount of irritation that you cause to your throat when you are smoking is not even worth it. Number one. Number two, the coughing. You know what I'm saying? Strains. I'm like, oh, let me get the smoothest thing so I don't hurt my, when the mucus starts to build up. And it's like even going a little bit with your own breath causes you to cough. I was like fighting that when I was smoking. And literally after, 4 hits at a streamlined skull, I literally took 4 hits out of this. I was like, you know what, I'm done. I said, I'm done. I said, that's it. I said, no more weed. Then, the wheels started turning again. I said, well, Malcolm King, let's just have a little inventory. What do you have to work with? I have gotten 9 million of these, and these probably, in my sample bags over the last 10 years, 11 years, depending on whichever dispensary I've been at. So much so that I tried an Infusions. Y'all see this? They don't even look like this no more. This is from...
That's a Double Delicious?
Yep.
Shut the fuck up.
This
Those
is...
are Double Delicious Infusions?
This is from...
No.
This doesn't even have a date.
I refuse. That is hilarious.
I had the thing numbers. But like I said, we're talking over a decade. But nevertheless, I tried one of these. When I tell you, I took it just like, this is the Double Delicious Infusions. It's a 600 milligram. So I literally cracked this bitch open. I said, ooh, oil. I said, well, I'm not putting it into anything. Like, I could do it in, like, applesauce, whatever. I cranked this open, and I said, bloop, with the oil. And I have water right there next to it, because I'm like, I'm assuming this is going to be gross. So I shot it, and didn't really taste anything, which was great. We love that. But when I chased it with water, it took maybe, like, 15, and, like, you know when you're sick, you're still a little, like, everything, you feel high naturally. You know what I'm saying? You literally feel high naturally. Yes. So I'm like, I'm feeling, so I'm like, I think it's kicking in. I think it's kicking in. I'm being such a stoner. I'm like, oh, I feel it. And then I'm like, Malcolm, you were literally like this an hour ago. So I'm like, that's like 15 minutes. So then like 20 minutes goes by, and I'm sitting in my chair and I'm looking at the hummingbirds, and I'm just sitting. It's a beautiful day. It's so sunny outside, which is getting me even more upset that I was sick inside. So I'm like, this is the first fucking stretch of 60 and 70 degree weather we've ever had. And here I am, staring out my window. I also have, nevertheless, 28 minutes later, when I tell you, I could only really see out of one eye. And I was like, okay, we're getting somewhere. 36 minutes later, let me tell you something. I was sitting on my pillows, on my bed. My pillows are up against its headboard. Yes. If you are a man and you are sexually active, you should have a headboard. I have my pillows up against my headboard to where my head should be. My butt is lit like a dog. It's sitting on these pillows. I'm like perched on my back, like leaning like this, like trying to focus on my iPad, which is playing, I don't even know if I can, Manchester United versus Liverpool. This game is a 90-minute soccer match. It took me 8 hours to watch this game. I fell asleep every 2 minutes. And literally every 3 minutes, I was out. And then I wake up an hour later and be like, fuck. And like watch it again for another 15 minutes, out. I could not keep my eyes open. This was a sativa variety, which is why I want to stress the point that over time, THC degrades into CBN. It's a fact. No matter what it is, that shit will be more drowsy as the product gets older. Number one. Number two, this was exactly what I needed as I was sick, as I wanted to just forget everything. Y'all heard how I wasn't so upset. I said, man, I'm looking out the window. Why me? Why me? Why me? This shit shut me up so fast. So fast. I was like, I'm having trouble breathing. Like, literally, I was like, am I sick? And then literally the next day I got up, I was like, am I still sick? Or am I just smacked? Like, I literally I can't even tell the difference. It like masked everything so much. But long story short, tinctures, capsules, edibles, incredible things when you are sick.
Yes.
Topicals, when you're achy, get those topicals. I had a lovely person come in today, and they said, I'm looking for CBD and like joints, like for pain. And I said, well, I think I have a few, and I'm like, well, do you know what brand? She's like, no, I'm not really familiar, I don't know what ratio really. I was like, okay, well, have you tried topicals? She's like, well, no, but I was also thinking that. And I'm like, for instance, they had arthritis in their hands because their job is very demanding. And I said, there is nothing that is better than a topical for specific joint, muscle, or area pain. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. There's no weed, no oil, no edible is gonna target it as much as you literally taking it and being like, ooh, not just my hand here, ooh, but my hand right here. Only a topical is gonna get that. You know what I'm saying? Cannabis, yes, Mary Jane's amazing. She can take your mind off of it, sure. But as far as getting to the issue, causing or triggering the anti-inflammatory in a certain area. You know what I'm saying? Giving relief to a certain area. There's a reason why we make it in topicals as well. If that wasn't the case, if smoking it was the best thing, we probably wouldn't do topicals. You know what I'm saying? Period. THC is going to your system regardless. So there's a rhyme to all the reason. But nevertheless, it was, I mentioned that to them and let them know every Monday, well, you can't forget all those topicals, also additional 20% off.
Yes.
Say all of this.
For Munchie Monday. It is insane.
Yes, it is insane.
Off.
And so many of these, I don't even think they go over $20. You know what I'm saying? Or some of them, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the capsules and stuff, they don't even go over 20. So, long story short, I say all this to say, if you are under the weather and not feeling well, try not to, how should I say, force yourself to smoke. Even when you're only, don't spite your nose to save your face. You know what I'm saying? Don't make yourself fight through all the pain and the soreness just to get a little bit of Mary Jane relief. Get all of the Mary Jane relief and skip all of the yaya. Yeah. Long story short. Okay, now, back to this.
For customers that way, when they come in and go, oh, I'm sick, I just want something to help. And I'm like, you don't want to smoke right now if you've got sore throat, sinus problems. I promise you.
Yes.
You may think you want that, which you do, but in a different form. You just don't know it yet.
Exactly. And also, a lot of the times, y'all see me on here all the time. I'll break stuff down. I'll smell it, and I'll start sneezing like crazy. I am very sensitive to cannabis, allergy-wise. But when I start smoking, a lot of the times it goes away. All the mucus, all the sinus irritants, all that shit, it goes right away. In my head, when I was sick, I was like, oh, my nose is running like a faucet. I'm like, I just got to smoke weed to stop it. Like, that's what I wanted to do, was to stop it. But it just wasn't worth it to that regard. I took this motherfucker, when I tell you my life stopped. My life stopped. Like, literally stopped. Mary Jane was like, chokehold. And was like, you're not going anywhere, mister. But, long story short, these are the Indica Dominant Double Delicious. I did also take all three. Roughly around 11:15, and I feel good. It's a little chattier than I might have expected. My stomach feels okay, and I think that's because of the capsule coating. I'm sorry, the capsule outside. When I took this, my stomach maybe wasn't the happiest.
Well, that's a lot of oil to consume.
Yes.
I was just thinking, like, though it may not have tasted super potent, I bet you it felt weird getting like that texture, and then also straight to your stomach and having that sit.
Yes, and also I was sick, so I hadn't been eating. You know what I'm saying? So you know when you drink like anything that's weird like this, and like as it settles in your stomach, the kind of growls that it like stems. I was getting a lot of those angry growls, and I was just like, oh. And then luckily, like, I would pass out, but then I would wake back up and be like, is this happening? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm sick. I don't have full control over everything. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, am I going to wake up and there's going to be doo-doo in my bed? I'm like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But, and nobody wants doo-doo in their bed. But, you know, and if you do want doo-doo in your bed, I don't kink shame. Trust me. I don't kink shame, but also.
Never heard if you ever see this.
I hope nobody that watches these videos wants doo-doo in their bed. Big shout out to the audience. But nevertheless, that was the one thing. Next time, I know for a fact I don't need one. I need maybe 30% of one. Number one. Number two, I would mix this. Now that this is an oil, I'm like, what do you mix this with? As an oil, maybe food products that call, like if you're making edibles and the recipe calls for oil, throw this in. You know what I'm saying? If you are making and I say this all the time.
Brownies are great.
Yes, but if you are making a recipe and it calls for butter, oil is not a substitute for butter. It will not come out the same. Your end product, as far as quality, as far as cooking goes. Oil is not a substitute for butter. It is a fat like butter, sure, but it is not a substitute, and baking is a science. I just want that to be known. It is important that you follow the recipe, whatever the recipe is. So when you go and buy these and you go to get your edible, then say, okay, when we're in Walmart and you're looking at the yaya, look for the one that calls for oil. Get the brownies or get the, muffins or whatever you want to make. Get the yaya. But long story short, enough rambling. Chatty Cathy, I feel good. My stomach doesn't feel upset as of yet. What has it been, an hour? I mean, I wish they would have hit me harder so far. Okay, Katie, how are we feeling so far off of that pinky?
Doing pretty good. I'm feeling really tingly. I'm starting to think it's the capsules more than it's the weed.
Okay.
Because I'm feeling it like really down in my legs and stuff. And it's a little tingly. You can feel it in my eyes. I know this is definitely helping. And I did realize I didn't even explain the taste or the feel of it, because I was just so excited to light this up because it was pink.
Okay.
But,
oh, and also, speaking of pink, Katie, you haven't been to Champagne yet, have you?
say that again?
Champagne Poetry.
I don't think I have.
That's the bakery that I work for on Hawthorne. Big shout out to Noelle and Camilla because they went by this weekend, but I was at the restaurant and not at the bakery. If you haven't been, you should go. I'm not going to ruin it for you, but you should go. I'm just going to say that to say that. Yes, it's very, very worth it. But it would 100% match the theme. The owner, Chef Dan, is a lover of pink and wraps all of her cars in pink. The Lamborghinis, the Bentleys, all of the things in glitter pink. So we have the most obnoxious sports car in the parking lot at all times, basically. So if you ever want to take a picture, hey, honest, if I'm there, she might let you sit in it. I swear to God. Take a little photo in it. So I'm there every Friday and Saturday. I will also take a picture in it this Friday and send it to you. But okay, continue. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. I will say that it's pretty, actually surprisingly sweet. It's very sweet. It's very cushy tasting. You have that very earthy kush taste. And the first two I smoked. This is the third. Were very smooth.
Okay.
I hardly coughed. And they taste really good. And I'm assuming with the RSO, it's making my body feel really good. I'm feeling really behind my eyes and stuff. So I'm definitely probably going to smoke all 4 joints, which are 2 grams of
That's a first. That would be a first on the podcast. If you could smoke all 4 in this episode, that would be a first.
Oh, that'd be so easy.
What?
I already smoked the first 2. They're sitting in my ashtray.
Katie said, period. Katie said, challenge accepted.
Only your second fucking pop off.
Yeah, I'm on my 3rd and 4th. I'm gonna get through this one, and by the end of it, probably hit the 4th.
Good. But that's a good sign.
Yeah, they're really tasty. I will probably buy it. If there's still more by this weekend, I'm probably gonna buy more.
Wow.
I thought this is really fun. It's very pink. It tastes good. I would definitely smoke this on I'm not fully reviewed yet. I'll wait till my 1 through 10. But this is such a fun little get your bestie and kind of smoke these cute little joints. They're very Instagrammy. I really like it. So these are really fun joints to get, and the price point wasn't bad at all.
No.
For 2 grams, it is not. They're infused.
Yeah.
So,
I literally rave about Deluge.
Yeah.
Also, heads up for future floor item that we're going to be releasing. We have it in stock already. Deluge is offering a 14-pack of hash infused pre-rolls, 7 full grams. It's going to be ridiculously affordable for what you get, considering what you already get for 4-pack. Imagine.
Yeah, and discountable.
And fucking discount.
Yeah.
So
That's going to be ridiculous.
yeah, their El Chapo is one of my favorites with a cup of coffee in the morning. I sell that to everybody. I'm like, if you like to wake and bake, you absolutely need an El Chapo. Their Colombian Gold strain is just like top tier with it. It is so clear-headed while you still get the head rush. It doesn't fog you up, and you got your coffee and the flavor with it is just so good. I know we're not talking about that one, but Deluge just has done such a killer fucking job with their joints.
Yes.
Please keep it up.
Yes.
I love you. Thank you.
And
I bought the ones.
Yes. And Katie, also, do you think because you've made it 3 joints, what is the potency out of 10? For an infused joint, what would you rate this out of 10 for the potency?
So far, I would give it like a 7.5.
Okay.
Like it's not like crazy strong. Like I've had some joints where like some joints they're infused and I hit them and halfway through I can immediately feel it.
Wow.
I think by this third one that I'm starting up, I can definitely feel it behind my eyes, like in my temples. Like I can feel like I'm smoking an infused joint. So like I go to 7.5.
Okay.
I don't know whether it's like a hybrid or whatever. It feels like a hybrid, so most things are hybrid.
That's right. That's right. Okay.
True.
Okay, very fair.
True.
Okay. Okay, and Katie, because you thought you were safe, favorite dish with, let's see. That's really hard. Okay. I'm going to give you a different one, but I'm going to let you know what the first one was. Okay. What's your favorite dish with? Wow. Dill. Go. 5, 4, 3,
Honestly,
2,
I love like
1.
the dill pickle chips that Lay's makes.
Nice. Okay.
Like I love salt and vinegar chips, but the vinegar bites too much sometimes.
Gotcha.
So like I kind of like dill pickle chips because it's the same like taste and effects similarly, but less bite. If that makes sense.
Okay. Also, this is the reverse of a shout out. This is a put down to the heathen who brought dill pickle jelly beans to jam on Hawthorne and thought it was a good joke to set them up at like the little snack table in the bar. I said, oh, what are these? And like, look at the box, and like didn't really read it. I just saw like green candy. Bro, upon the little out of the cardboard and like opening it up, I was like, and in the everything I jam is in the morning because it's a breakfast. So literally 8:45 in the morning, I'm just hit with this, and I was like, yo, I didn't have to throw up. Now I do. It takes a certain kind of person to eat. We're talking like 75 count. This is a box of dill pickle jelly beans. I've never seen bright green jelly beans. I can't make this up. You should look it up. But nevertheless, yes, a turn down to them. I still haven't found out who's responsible for that. Thank you, Katie. And Emily, how are we feeling so far?
I'm kind of in the same boat as Katie. I feel like those capsules are making me feel great. I took the hybrid ones again, so I'm feeling it all over, like tingles everywhere, like my fingertips. I feel it just like all my legs feel great. I constantly have back pain, and this feels fantastic on my back. I haven't even put any Dragon Balm on yet, and I want to, and I'm gonna later. It's gonna feel awesome. The joint burned. The joint burned really good. It feels like it's more than half a gram. I know it's not. It's just nice and long, and it makes me feel like I'm getting through something. Don't get me. I like full gram joints, and it burns really great and whatnot. So, the taste. I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't like super impressed with the taste of it. it just was very kind of just, I don't want to say bland because there's always a little bit of something, but it was just a little muted, I think, for me. And it being infused, I don't know. I kind of just expected it to have a bit more, but I'm not mad at the high, and I really fuck with it. So I'm feeling quite stoned, and I still have a sorbet I'm going to be getting through tonight as well. I got the 3-day weekend, and I plan on sleeping in.
All right. Okay, hell yeah. Okay. That's very fair. Okay, and then as far as, well, number one, because you thought you were safe, what's your favorite dish with, let's see, kohlrabi? Do you know what kohlrabi is? Okay, I'll change it. What's your favorite dish with, let's see. The first one I think of, Kate, you know what I was going to ask you? What's your favorite dish with mace? Do you know what mace is?
Mace, like
Yes. Yes, that mace, like the spray. That's actually the outside of nutmeg.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, that's mace. But okay, but ready? Here we go. Let's see. Okay, what's your favorite? What's your favorite? Let's see. Okay, fair. What's your favorite childhood dish? Go. 5, 4, 3,
This sounds
2.
weird, and I've said this before on here, but it's called creamed ham. It's something that I guess my grandma used to make for my mom back when they were poor, but it is like really cozy comfort food for me, and we put it on top of biscuits. It's basically you make a roux, and you can season it however you want. You can add cheese if you would like, but we get honey baked ham, and you dice it up essentially, and you put it in with the roux, and you let it thicken, and then you put it over like honey biscuits, and then they're just great. It's really awesome. My mom would make that often, and it was like on my birthday we got to pick a meal for my mom to cook. It was either salmon or that. Very different, but like it's just comfort food for me. Like my grandma made it. It reminds me of my grandma, my mom. It's great. I literally just made it like a month ago, and I'm about to make it again. So.
Yes, Tiffany. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, very fair. Okay, very good choice. All right, hell yeah. Big shout out to all the country baked ham worldwide. That is the definition of stick to your ribs food for sure.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Okay, and then.
I also put the English in my mom. It has to be the English in my mom.
Yeah, excellent. And then nothing wrong with that. Okay, thank you, Emily. And I'm going to start us off with this scale of 1 through 10 for the Double Delicious. For the Indica RSO capsules, like I said, I still don't really get much from this. I'm good, and I just feel a little chatty. I definitely could feel like a little, like maybe cerebral, but that's about it. Eyes are starting to get low, yes. You know what I'm saying? But I don't feel drained. I was thinking about this, like, Malcolm, what do you see yourself using this if you're like not sick? You know what I'm saying? Or if you're like, I was like maybe like traveling, like you take it out of this package or whatever. But now, if I was like, ooh, I want to go to sleep and I got I got a 29-hour flight coming up. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get on the plane and I pop these as soon as I get sad or whatever, what have you, right? I'd be pissed if an hour went by and I wasn't asleep yet. And we're going on an hour and a half right now. I wouldn't be pissed, but I know I'd be taking the next 3. But now you also got to worry about there's only 10 in this pack. What about my flight back? You know what I'm saying? Like, so now it's like I'm not going to be able to get them when I get there. You know what I'm saying? Depending on where it is. So that's just what I'm thinking of. Immediately I'm going, and yes. You know what I'm saying? Or you buy these a year in advance, let them age, and then take these as your drowsy thing. You should keep a drowsy drawer. Keep a drowsy drawer. Everything you know you're not going to touch for a year plus, put it in the drowsy drawer. And then say, hey, I know anytime I need to knock out. You know, some nights, man, we'd be so turned up. And like, I mean, there are nights where I don't know how I've gotten home. Big shout out to everybody worldwide who you know does this. And I need to stop doing this.
In different countries too.
Yeah, you know what? Look, the country changes, the person doesn't. That's a fact. That's a fact. But like I've stumbled in my apartment, left my door open, left my refrigerator open, left my stovetop on. Like I've done so much reckless shit in these past couple of months. So I just need Malcolm. First, I need to calm down. I need to calm down, as my mom would say. But also beyond that, this is like that drowsy drawer. Some nights when you come home like that, I smoke something, don't even finish it, and I like want to pass out. That's when you grab flour from the drowsy drawer. That's when you grab flour that hasn't been smoked in over a year, and you're like, I don't care what it tastes like, I don't care what it looks like, I just need this to kind of like get my dick in the dirt. Boom, that'll do it. But long story short, these I'm gonna give them a 6 out of 10. Actually, I'm gonna give them a 5 out of 10. Because you could have done edibles. You could have done a CBN edible. You know what I'm saying? You could have done a whole bunch of things. And also the fact that these are RSO, I think they're still the same price as the regular distillate indica. But I wish that they were more effective. I wish that they were more well-rounded, or more pronounced, I should say. This, on the other hand, that was like...
Is it a coconut oil base?
This one is CO2 and ethanol, coconut oil and cannabis oil. Yes. Sorry. It's the second.
That hasn't changed. That's good to know.
Yes.
Consistency. Yes, double delicious.
Yes. And these, they're saying is, let's see. Well, I know it's RSO, but I don't know that they... MCT oil, cannabis extract, and a cellulose capsule. So I believe these are vegan as well. I know some capsules have the gelatin, so they're not vegan. I believe that this is vegan, but also they don't list that, which I kind of hate.
Yeah. I feel like if it is a vegan, gluten-free product, most companies will put it on the packaging because it is a big seller for people who have those dietary restrictions or choose to have those, and
right.
It's important.
I mean,
people know what to look for too if that is your dietary restriction. So
yes.
Get it at the same time.
Yes. And yeah, that is a little bit. I'm gonna give it a 4.5 because nothing about cellulose capsule makes me think that it is gluten or any animal product. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna give it a 4.5 because that is a big missing point. That's a big missing on their sell point. But okay, very fair. But yeah, big shout out to Double Delicious in the capsules and our entire topical section. Big shout out to inventory, and most importantly, big shout out to brand new Chris, hooking us up with a pizza party today.
Brand new.
Chris deserves a raise just on how much he buys us pizza. Period.
We love Chris.
I've never seen anybody in any job I've had. Man, the amount of jobs I've had, I've never seen someone voluntarily out of their pocket continuously and also refuse help throw their coworkers a party as much as Chris. In work and outside of work. Man, a very special human. Big shout out to brand new Chris, rocking and rolling. Callista, John, and Robinson, you owe Chris a pizza party. That is a fact. That is a fact. Like that's not anything but a fact. Just saying. Nevertheless, brand new.
I did look up the cellulose capsules and what they're made of. It is a vegetarian capsule.
Nice.
As they are made from the fibers of plants. So, but like gelatin, the resulting capsules are tasteless, odorless, and colorless. So these capsules offer the advantage of being vegetarian and kosher friendly.
Nice. See, they gotta put it. They have to put that. Why they wouldn't put that, I don't understand. But okay, very fair. Okay. And thank you, Emily. And Katie, what are we thinking on that scale of 1 through 10?
For the tincture or the RSO, I think I'm just gonna give it a good 6.5. Like, it worked. Like, I feel nice and tingly. I feel really relaxed in a lot of places I had pain before. But it's just not quite where I'd want it to be. Like, it works, but I probably would take at least 60 milligrams to get kind of the effect I'm personally looking for. I would like to feel more in my body or my head, kind of just away. So the RSO gets a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it. I did smoke all 4.
Ah!
Oh my god.
Wow. First time. That's a first time. That's a first time, yeah.
2 grams.
So how are you feeling? Holy shit.
I'm not incredibly sweet. My tolerance lately has been a little low. So I'm gonna after my.
This is a little out of control.
This woman went and did 1, 2, 3, 4. Has me weak.
I will be taking a tolerance break eventually after March. I'm waiting until I get my tattoo because I'm gonna get so stony for my tattoo.
Here's what I recommend: the Good Tide hash rosin gummies.
Yeah.
Fucking fantastic. Get the guava or the mango, the hybrid or the indica. I literally took 4 and was laying down on the tattoo table, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I'll stop moving. And he was like, homie, you're not moving. I'm so sorry, I thought I was. You're rock. After 4 gummies, that's only 40 milligrams. Beautiful.
Yeah.
I'll have to get some of those for sure because I need it.
Yes.
I am nervous for this tattoo.
Don't be nervous. That Good Tide, those are, in my opinion, the best edibles, hands down. And like Emily said, only a little bit. Me and Chuck on this one, what we did 2. We literally did 2. Me, Chuck, and Chris on whatever that episode that was. We did 2, and I was flying, flying.
Those are so good.
Yes, they taste, and also Good Tide. You're not slick. They weren't that price. They raised the price. Literally, they did, and now they're like whole new level for gummies, which I don't like as much. I don't like to see that, but of course you have the quality, so I can't really argue that. So I get it, but big shout out to Good Tide.
A special occasion gummy for me, you know.
Yes.
Like tattoo appointments are absolute necessity. I need those.
Yes.
Without a doubt.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
I got permission from my tattoo artist to be as stoned as all hell.
My tattoo artist lets me smoke outside the shop. As long as I'm further away, I can smoke. I'm like, fuck yeah.
Nice.
But I will give these pink ones. I'm giving like a 7.5, 8.
Nice.
Out of 10. It's not like I like my preferred type of high or my preferred type of strength, but I know there will be people who will love these because they taste really good. They smoke really smooth. There's 4 of them, so you and 4 friends could or 3 other friends, the 4 of you, not 5 people, can really enjoy this, or just you and a friend. You get a gram a piece, and that's always enjoyable. So I just think this is a really, really good purchase. So
nice.
Really highly suggest. It's also making me a little chatty.
No, we love. Okay, very fair. Okay, thank you, Katie. Big shout out to Deluge as well. Welcome back into the case, both in the 2-packs and the 4-packs. Excited for those 14 packs. And then, Emily, what are we thinking so far on that 1 through 10?
So for the Double Delicious Hybrid RSO capsules, I'm in the same boat as y'all. I think I'm going to give it a solid 5.
Gotcha.
I would definitely feel like I need to have a few more capsules. Again, like Katie, this is great for going out and doing stuff. Like this would be a great high for this. For the mood that I want right now, I want to be wrecked. Am I wrecked right now? No, not yet. You know, I will be. Like I said, I got that mango sorbet just screaming my name. I'm excited. Yeah, Also, get notches on your fucking packages, please. Just saying. I didn't use my teeth. I had scissors right in front of me, but I don't want to be tempted. That's okay. So that's for the Double Delicious. For the pre-roll, which was the Venom Thinmint half gram wax infused pre-roll. I'm gonna give it a 6.5 out of 7. Burn was great. High is okay. Has subsided since. Smoking, I haven't smoked anything in about since maybe 10 minutes, which is fine. I'm still riding a high. I'm hoping it'll come and go in waves as joints normally do, mixed with the capsules. Feeling good, but I'm not as high as I want to be quite yet. The flavor was very lackluster. I didn't really enjoy the flavor of it. I maybe just the fact that it didn't have as much of a flavor as I was anticipating. That's more of what it is, But it burned really great. It was smooth. I didn't cough. The high's good. So yeah, I'd 6.5 out of 10 is fine with me.
Okay, hell yeah. Big shout out to Venom as well, and Double Delicious once again. Thank you, Emily. And it seems as though this has brought us to a close. I want to give a big shout out to everybody smoking weed or enjoying Mary Jane, however they see fit. To Katie and Emily, thank y'all as always for rocking and rolling. Remember to say hi and humble, everyone. And we'll see y'all next time. Peace. Take it easy, y'all. All right, let's party.